Hello, students, and welcome to English class. I'm your English teacher, Mr. Oza, and it's time for us to work on classwork number 87. Today we're going to do some essay pre-writing. So hopefully this video will help you get started on your essay. This is your final project for the term. So here we go. Some directions as usual to start us off. Watch this video, obviously. Thank you for doing that. Here's the main topic of the assignment. You are going to decide 3 steps that you're going to take to reach enlightenment. So in the novel that we just read, Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse, we saw Siddhartha do all kinds of stuff. He tried basically 3 different religions. He tried to, find a romantic partner. He tried to get rich and make a lot of money. He tried to raise a son. He tried to live a balanced lifestyle. He did all of these different things to try and find enlightenment. And I think for the most part, he reached peace at the end. He reached his enlightenment very late on in life. So you on this assignment are going to decide 3 things, 3 very specific things that you are going to do to reach enlightenment. You are also going to do some research. You're going to find 3 pieces of evidence to support your plan. All right, so if one of your steps of your plan might be, I'm going to educate myself with a degree from a community college, then you're going to do some research and explain why that degree would be beneficial. If you think, part of your plan for enlightenment is to move to a warm climate area, like you're going to move to Central America, when you turn 25, you might want to do some research that explains why a warmer climate would be beneficial for a person like you. Just a couple of examples, maybe one more quick example. Maybe part of your path towards enlightenment is earning a high-paying job such as an engineering job, right? So you might bring in a little bit of research having to do with, the average annual salary for engineers in the state of Massachusetts or something like that. So that's a very open-ended part of the assignment, finding 3 pieces of evidence to support your plan in life. So I'm going to give you some tips for reaching enlightenment. You can use my tips if you want. You can base your research and base your 3 steps off of my tips, but you don't have to. I think they might be useful. So as we've talked about earlier in class, these are life lessons that the novel Siddhartha gives us, and I agree with all of them. I think that they're pretty useful. So if you agree, then again, you can use some of these ideas in your essay if you want. The first one is live a balanced lifestyle. So in the book, Siddhartha lives a balanced lifestyle, living by the river, working as a ferryman with Vasudeva, and also living a very kind of simple, peaceful life there by the river. What does that look like today? You work hard, but you also play hard. You care about things like education and work, your job, fitness, diet, like all of these things, that are very important. We always hear that they're important, but we don't always have the time to, work on. You also enjoy yourself with things like hobbies and treats, for different people, like, the treats in their life are different things. Hobbies, like you put time aside to just do the stuff that you enjoy. So balance out, your ascetic lifestyle, this stuff, with personal enjoyment, which is this stuff. Second tip for achieving enlightenment is acquiring knowledge. In the book, Siddhartha acquired a lot of knowledge along the way. He learned a lot of religious knowledge, Hinduism, the middle way, Buddhism. In the first part of the book, he learned a lot about relationships and love and sex and romance from Kamala. And then he learned a lot about business and math and money from Kamaswami. He learned perhaps the most from Vasudeva, living by the river. What can you do to acquire knowledge? You can learn from all of these sources: books, videos, teachers, the internet. Knowledge nowadays is pretty much free. So you have no excuse. You have to go out and acquire knowledge, as much information as you possibly can about any topic that you come across, especially the topics that you think are interesting. You want to acquire as much knowledge as you can, and stuff that you have fun with, stuff that you enjoy, topics that you like to learn about. But then what do you do with that knowledge? How do you turn that knowledge into wisdom? You have to go and do something. Do what, mister? What do I have to go to do? anything. Go and do anything. Now that you have all of this knowledge, now that you've learned about some things that you're interested, go do something with it. Go do anything that makes you happy. If you want to really learn how to get in shape and get fit, you'll do a lot of reading, learn how to lift weights, learn how to run, play basketball, play sports, do whatever. Just reading that information, watching other people do it is great, but then you got to go do something. Do something that makes you happy. Do something with that knowledge, and then your knowledge becomes wisdom. When you actually have life experiences, that is wisdom. When you actually do something with the knowledge that you have gained, right? You have 12 years of knowledge, from going through your public school experience. That's a lot of knowledge that you've built up. Now go do something with that information. Go do something that you enjoy. Go on a crazy cool adventure with your knowledge and turn it into wisdom. You should also share your knowledge and wisdom with other people. Talk to people who are older than you and younger than you. This doesn't necessarily mean, sharing your knowledge and telling them about your wisdom doesn't mean you have to tell younger people. Yes, of course, it would be great to help younger people, but talk to people who are older than you. Share your knowledge with them. You might know stuff that they don't about, things that teenagers and people in their early 20s are dealing with in the world. Share your knowledge with anyone and also listen to them. Be open to learning new knowledge from other people who are older than you or younger than you. And share your experiences, share your wisdom with them. Once you've gone out into the world and you've done something interesting, tell other people about it. Involve other people in the process. And as we talk about other people, what's the next step? Create positive relationships with people. In the book, we see Siddhartha create a lot of positive relationships, but he doesn't really follow through on those relationships. He's got his father, he's got Govinda, he's got the Buddha, he's got the Samanas, he's got Kamala, he's got Kamaswami, he's got Vasudeva. And as far as people that he follows through with, like Vasudeva and Govinda, those relationships kind of end properly. Otherwise, he doesn't have a great relationship with those people kind of at the end of their relationships, right? He leaves a lot of people behind. So create good relationships with people, especially your family, right? Maintain those relationships. Keep in touch with people. You don't have any excuse to not keep in touch with people with the technology that you have. Also, this is a tough one for some people. Don't be afraid to meet new people, right? Everybody that you have met, probably outside of your immediate family, you might have had an awkward moment meeting them for the first time. You cannot be afraid of meeting new people, right? Your next job, your next best friend, your next romantic relationship, you're going to have to meet new people to achieve all of those awesome things that you want to do, right? So you have to train yourself to be comfortable around new people and create those positive relationships and maintain those positive relationships. Even if you have a bad first impression, even if somebody else kind of rubs you the wrong way, it's okay. Continue to build relationships. Give people a second chance. Never hold grudges and never have enemies, all right? Time will heal all wounds, all right? And if you don't like a person, you can just move on. Don't hold a grudge. Don't consider them an enemy. If you feel like moving on, then fine, move on. You can ignore that person if you want. But holding a grudge or having an enemy in life is only going to bring down your spirit. That's only going to provide extra negative energy in your life. Last thing, you have to find your own purpose and meaning in life. Why? Because nobody's going to do it for you. People ask me in English class, what is the meaning of life? Why are we all here? And I'd say, well, there's a scientific reason and there's a philosophical reason. The scientific reason is to create more people, to keep the human species alive and to reproduce. That might be a priority of yours. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But at the end of the day, the real philosophical meaning of life is there is no meaning to life. You have to create the meaning of life. You have to find your own purpose and then go do it. And if you don't, life might be kind of boring and monotonous. Nobody's going to do this for you. Nobody's going to create a purpose or a meaning in life for you. So you got to go find out what you're good at, find out what you like doing, and then just go do it, right? Create your own purpose. There is really no other purpose to life unless you give it one. There's a scientific reason, there's a biological reason we are here, because we need to create more people and keep the human species alive. Other than that, our brains are capable of doing so much more. We're able to think of really cool, interesting, complex things and do really cool, interesting, complex things with our body. So go ahead and go do it. But what? You have to decide for yourself. You have to decide what gives your life meaning and purpose. So that's going to do it for this video. Out of those 6 ideas, if you want, you can use some of those ideas for your essay topics, right? If you want to follow along with those 6 ideas and use one of those as one of your essay topics, hey, I'm going to find my own meaning and purpose in life. That last example that we just talked about, you can use that as one of your essay topics for finding enlightenment. Of course, you have to do your own research and find some evidence to back up your plan, to give some solid evidence, research-based evidence for your plan in life. So that's going to do it. I know this is a bit of a long video, but I hope it was useful for you. I hope it gives you some ideas for your essay topic. Thanks as always for watching. Let me know if you all have any questions on this assignment, and I hope you all have a great class.